Welcome to the National University of Singapore. My name is Dr. Chew from the Department of Biological Sciences. I'm going to introduce to you the Life Sciences Undergraduate program at the National University. This program is a versatile and yet diverse program. We are among the best biology departments in the region as well as around the world. We believe in the core fundamentals of discovery and that we will use these discoveries to push the frontier of science and improve our lives and the environment. When you come to NUS and you want to take up life sciences, you have the option to specialize in biomedical sciences, molecular cell biology, and the environmental biology. This entire program is not just run by the Faculty of Science, but will be co-taught together with our faculty at the Department of Biological Sciences, as well as the Yong Loo Lin School of Medicine. When you come to the faculty and take the life science degree, you will think of it as a major. Your major is life sciences. And within that major, you can specialize, like I said, into biomedical, molecular cell biology, and environmental biology. But these are not just specializations where you just learn 3 areas of life sciences. Within biomedical sciences, for example, there are roadmaps and disciplines that you can focus on. And the diversity of these roadmaps and disciplines can be illustrated here. People are interested in pharmacology, they can then actually take the pharmacological roadmaps. Those who are interested in human physiology or aging focuses on these roadmaps, for example. Others who are interested in immunology, infectious disease, they can take the 3rd roadmap here. All these are under the biomedical science specialization within the life science major. Yet others may say, oh, let me go back. I want to be specializing in molecular cell biology. And within molecular cell biology, one can do many more things. For example, they can understand physical biology. They can actually evaluate also other areas of physical biology like the biophysical techniques. Or yet others may want to choose to be an environmental biologist. And within environmental biology, again, very many roadmaps. So you think about this in the 3 different ways, where your major is life sciences, your specialization is either biomedical, molecular cell, or environmental biology. But then within each specialization, you can then choose many different roadmaps. Let me illustrate one of these roadmaps here. All life science students will come into NUS and take the foundation year 1 modules. These foundations are common throughout all of the life sciences. Then they may take some depth modules and also explore what they call breadth modules. In this instance, a person who is interested in the infectious disease and immunology roadmap under the biomedical science specialization may choose to do these depth modules and several breadth modules as illustrated by the roadmap. A different roadmap, for example, someone wants to do cancer biology. You can see the same thing, a foundation, a depth, and a breadth series. I can go on. Neurobiology is also available, human physiology and functional aging, metabolic and lifestyle diseases and health, and so on. All these are under the biomedical specialization. Innovation in therapeutics will also be one of these new areas that will be covered in the coming years. What about those who are interested in cell and molecular developmental biology? Under this specialization, one can then take, again, foundation modules, depth modules, and breath modules that are always offered every year and throughout both semesters. Plant sciences too. Very many people come and say, oh, NUS only specializes in biomedical or cell and molecular or environmental biology. I want to do plant. We cannot do plant in NUS. That's not true. If you want to be a plant scientist, you can also specialize under the molecular cell biology specialization. Physical biology is also another one. And now, if you want to be going into environmental biology, you can then also follow several roadmaps: ecology and conservation, evolution and behavior, biodiversity and systematics, just to name a few. Each one of these will be one of these roadmaps that you will be advised to take. And if you are one who have not yet decided in any of these areas, that also is perfectly fine, which means that you can learn to explore as breadth and as wide as you wish to. In general, the life sciences undergraduate program is broken up also into major requirements. All the modules that I've spoken about just now falls under this requirement. But as an undergraduate from the National University of Singapore, you are expected to also fulfill university level requirements, and these include general education studies such as quantitative reasoning, questioning, Singapore studies, and very, very more, to diversify and widen your areas of study. Within this major requirement as well as university requirement, you are also required to take faculty requirement. And over here, you'll be exposed to writing and reading, as well as computational thinking. There is a small component which we call unrestricted elective. You're given the opportunity in your 4 years of your degree time here to explore wide and far and do anything beyond the life sciences to either supplement, complement, or even actually doing a second major or a second degree. We have a program in life science called the Life Science Plus. In other words, going just beyond your life science major. Very many of our students have double majors where they have a life science major with a second major in places like data science, computer science, management, psychology, statistics, economics, and very many more. The list goes on. You don't want to spend all your unrestricted electives on a second major, you can also try to do a major-minor combination. There are diverse minors that one can actually do within the National University of Singapore. Very many of our life science majors actually have a second major or a second minor or a double minor in aquatic ecology, forensics, medical physics, pharmaceutical science, public health, so on and so forth. In fact, if you were to count the number of students that actually have a second major and a major-minor combination, in the last few years, more than 50 to 60% of our life science students are actually people who will graduate with a double major or a major-minor combination. These are some examples of our students and what they have graduated with. We have a double degree law and life sciences. For this one, you will have to apply directly during your admissions. We also have the opportunity where we allow people to have free structured double degrees. You can come in first, apply as a science undergraduate, declare that you want to do life sciences, but along the way, you also say that you maybe want to declare your second major, and you can do so while you are at NUS. These are some of the very many examples our life sciences majors have graduated with. Double majors, double major minors. All these combinations are possible. What I've illustrated in red, however, are those that you will have to apply directly during your admission process. Just to give an illustration where our life sciences students also have their second degree and second majors in law, in School of Business, in the arts and social sciences, as well as engineering in the second major of the innovation and design second major, as well as also in the School of Computing. Science also becomes a place where you can create your second major in, life science with chemistry, for example, life science with statistics, for example. This is a very popular choice. You don't want to spend all your unrestricted electives doing a second major and maybe want to explore further and more multitudes and diversity. You can also do that. Life science with pharmaceutical science, or a combination of life science with pharmaceutical science and financial mathematics. That is all possible. During my time as a student, we never had this opportunity. The best time to come to university is now. The opportunities are far and wide. Additionally, the life science program also allows you to have what we call joint degree programs. And we have one example, for example, the joint degree program with Dundee University. Here, you do your first 5 semesters in NUS, followed by the next 3 and your final year in the University of Dundee. You'll get one joint degree where you get the degree from both NUS and the University of Dundee. This is one of the special programs that we have created because we want to have our students having that opportunity to go to Dundee, especially to evaluate and work in their drug discovery and design programs. They are famous for these programs. They have industrial labs, and they have actually people who work with multitudes of industry. And this is why we want to have this program and jointly offer this opportunity to our students. That's not the only one. Another example would be a joint minor with the University of Toronto. This is if you are interested in the areas of environmental sciences, environmental biology in particular, or even in environmental chemistry. Coming to NUS, you will all not only take modules. Life sciences, it's quite regular to hear from our students to say that, oh, we go to the lab all the time. We also go into the field all the time. But these are not the only things our students do. Very many of them go on internships, undergraduate professional internship programs, both in their 3rd year, 2nd year, or even in their final year as final year interns. We also have special programs in science. We also have the University Scholars Program, where very many of our students work on these programs to diversify their scholarship. Our students also have the opportunity to work in research. So I always tell people that in the life sciences, you come in, you build your foundation in your foundation year, you choose your specialization, or you may choose not to specialize. If you want to go into research, you may want to do what we call the undergraduate research opportunity. In the 2nd year itself, you get this opportunity to do that. Alternately, there may be other people who say, no, maybe I don't want to go into the labs. I want to go and have experience in the companies. We have that opportunity for you to go and do that under the undergraduate professional internship programs. So every student is different. However, the curriculum allows you to intersect, to marry all these combinations, and then graduate with your degree that will allow you to be the best that you can be. Let me dwell deeper into the undergraduate internship program. We call it UPIP in the university. This is to allow the intern to work in a company, almost like a regular student working in a company, and this has benefits for students, for university, as well as for the employee. More than 60% of our life science students have at least one internship throughout their 4 years, and this number is continually growing. If you want to be exposed to research, you can do so even in year 2, year 3, or year 4. There are 250 laboratories for you to choose from. I've even commented once, if there is an area in science that you would like to be involved in and you don't know where to go to, you just come and talk to us. We will find a laboratory for you that is within these 250 or within Biopolis or with our partner universities all over the world. There is not one area in the life sciences that would not be represented. Some examples of the areas that people work on are in ecology, for example. The very many areas here are some of the illustrations of student projects that we have allowed students to be involved in. In cell and molecular biology, many students work in the cutting edge of biomedical research, for example, and they do very many good work that allow them to even publish. In the biophysical, they have actually exposure to very many high-tech equipment in the Mechanobiology Institute, for instance, our bioimaging centers, for instance, and very many more. Students are really exposed to the major core facilities that are available throughout the life science faculty. Apart from these that we can do in NUS, study abroad is a very popular component. At the moment, about 60 to 70% of our students also spend at least one semester, 1 year, or at least one summer period, a holiday period, overseas. We do have as many as 300 university partners all over the world that will take our students, and we will receive students from them as well. So these are just examples of our students spending time taking modules from overseas universities, transferring the modules and credits back to us, and then allowing them to graduate on time within the 3 or 4 years. So really, the opportunities are infinite. This is why I put here, there are infinite opportunities of what you want to do, infinite possibilities of what you want to combine them with, and maybe even infinite opportunities for the diverse areas of research that you want to go into. Where do our life science students go to after they have graduated? Well, in the last few years, we've been monitoring every single student that have graduated. The top 5 sectors that our students go into can equally be broken up into the healthcare sector, the scientific and R&D research sectors, education, public administration, or administrative support in businesses, and so forth. And these does not include the 50 to 60 on the average that go on to do their higher degree, whether to pursue their degree in medicine, in legal studies, or their PhDs. Just last year's students, I just made a map of all the places that our last year students went into. These are all the different companies that they're working for now, and over here are all the different universities that our students have gone into to pursue their higher degrees. Let me finish by projecting to you what we desire when you graduate. We hope that you'll be critical thinkers. We hope that you'll be global citizens. We hope that you explore, you have that explorer spirit, and we hope that you are able to communicate. When we say critically thinking, we don't mean just solving predefined problems, but one that is able to learn long-term and across disciplines. We want you to be a T graduate. What I mean by a T graduate is one that has a T-shaped know-how. T means one that has breadth as well as depth. We also want you to be someone who is a global citizen because we will bring the world to you, to NUS, as well as bring you to the world. We want you to use these opportunities so that you can break new grounds, have the can-do attitude, and be resilient, and have the people skill to work across different cultures. Lastly, we want you to be effective. When you finish, that's what you are, an NUS graduate. If you'd like to have more information, you're welcome to visit our website at the department, as well as the program website, thelifesciences.nus.edu.sg. Alternately, you're welcome to call us at our number or write to us at our mailboxes over here. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to seeing you at NUS.